Thomas. Yes, Percy. Where do I hide the body? Maybe here. Okay, so yeah, I took this Thomas apart. This all engines go rainbow push along random thing apart, and yeah, I don't know what to do with it now. Either to put it back the way it was or modify it. Let's get started. Alright, so as you can see, we have two of the screws, three of the wheels, and the whistle and couplings here, and the main parts are there. So, yeah. Okay, someday I'm gonna paint over this, you know, all this into maybe like a brown, like a scrap brown, you know. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. Oh, if I do, I'll send a community post on the JTR archive. Okay, fun fact, I actually got this as a birthday present, and I don't know if I should either be, a bit guilty about taking it apart and recycling it in a good way, I mean, or should I just leave it and not give a about it? Yeah, so let me tell you something else. So I know many of you know that the Rainbow Push Along came with this face and not this one. It's just that I swap it because, well, it looks better for some reason. And now this thing, after, it's like last year, 29th November, well, it's come to its end. Okay, why am I doing anything in its honor? It's just, okay. Does this look like Nightmare Fuel? Okay, stop thinking around. Maybe I could use like reuse the coupling for one of my engines here. So here's Tom's with it, and he looks, well, like someone you shouldn't let your kids see around. And let's test this. Wait. Okay. It works. Just don't go rough on it. Still there. Alright, let's just. Okay, I'm right now placing. I right now have my chin above the camera so I can balance, so I can use both my arms. So. Okay, hey. Oh. Well, I just realized something. Because of, this, I can't really make a carriage without this, and it looks weird. Well, let's just take a break and watch me just be a dumb around this, Thomas. Thomas goes fishing, alternative ending. You would get this. You would get this if you watch TTE guys videos. Okay, so I have a spare wooden railway damaged Thomas, and I just put the whistles on top of it. Yeah, so I know where to put the whistles. So I'm gonna have to fix this someday using some of the parts here. Who knows? It actually landed on not on sideways. Anyone wants to see Thomas as a 260? Ignore the axles, and I just realized that this is the only part is made of metal. Ignore the axles and screwdrivers because they're just this is accurate. Yes, so I'm ending this video. I'm just gonna put this, back together. Yeah, I just left the face out because, well, I'm gonna deal with it tomorrow. I'm probably not gonna do a video on it, but yeah, this is fine for now. Okay, as for this face, well, I'm actually gonna keep it. Don't know why I'm gonna keep this, but hmm, all right, I'm gonna keep it on my wooden railway Thomas for now until I find something else. Okay, I found something which that will be a temporary smoke box. Okay, this will be on here for a long time now. Okay, the smoke box looks out of place, but who cares? Okay, I'm just gonna keep them all safe here for now. Okay, so that's the end of the video. I'll see you next time. Now, this would normally be how you think the video would end, but no. So, while I have no photos to show you, well, a relative of mine, my mom's, one, okay, someone from my mom's family went missing on the 28th of November, the day before my birthday, and eventually, about on last Friday, they found his body. Yeah, what a tragic world we live in. Well, his name is Andrew. Okay, that's all I'm gonna reveal. Well, I never got to know him well. Seeing someone, part of your family, just, randomly go missing is pretty, eerie and gives that disturbing vibe and depressing one too. His wife, was my mom's other mother-in-law, was, not very happy with the situation. We don't know how she's doing currently. I'll give updates soon on the JTR archive, but that's where we're gonna pause for a bit. This is in memory of him. I see you all next time. This is a story about Trevor the traction engine. He was going to be broken up for scrap, but then he met Edward, who was determined to find his friend a new home. The Fat Controller works his engines hard, but they are very proud when he calls them really useful. I'm off to the scrapyard today, Edward called to Thomas. What? Already? You're not that old, Thomas replied cheekily. Thomas was only teasing. The scrapyard was filled of rusty old cars and machinery. They are broken up into pieces and loaded into trucks, and Edward pulls them to the steelworks, where they are melted down and used again. There was a surprise waiting for Edward in the yard. It was a traction engine. "Hello," said Edward. "You're not broken and rusty. What are you doing here?" "I'm Trevor," the traction engine said sadly. "They're going to break me up next week." "What a shame," said Edward. "My driver says that I only need some paint, polish, oil, and oil to be as good as new," continued Trevor. "But my master thinks I'm old-fashioned." Edward snorted. "Some people think I'm old-fashioned, but I don't care. The Fat Controller says I'm really useful. I'm a really useful engine. I mean, my driver says I'm useful too," said Edward. "Even if the job is hard, I don't give up, and I never broke down in my life." "We- What did you work on? What did you, what work did you do?" asked Edward. "My master sends us from farm to farm," Trevor replied. "We threshed corn, hauled logs, and did lots of other work. The children loved to see us." Trevor shut his eyes, remembering. "I miss the children," he sighed. Edward set off for the station. "Broken up, what a shame. Broken up, what a shame," he clanked. "I must help Trevor, I must." Edward thought of all his friends who liked engines, but he knew none of them would have room for a traction engine at home. "That's a shame. It's a shame," he hissed. As Edward pulled into the station, there standing on the platform was the vicar. "Hello, Edward. You look upset," he said. "What's the matter, Charlie?" he asked Edward's driver. "There's a traction engine in the scrap yard," the vicar, the vicar, the driver replied. "He'll be broken up next week, Jim Colt says. He's never driven a better engine." "Do save him, sir," said Edward. "He's a very useful engine, and he can carry wood and give children rides." "We'll see," replied the vicar. Jim Cole came to the scrapyard on Saturday. He renovate the renovant is coming to see you, Trevor, he said. "Maybe he'll buy you." Do you think he do you think he will?" Trevor asked hopefully. "He will, when I lit your fire and cleaned you up," Jim told him. The vicar and his two boys arrived that evening. "Show us what you can do," said the vicar. Trevor chuffed around the yard. He hadn't felt happy for months. Later, the vicar came out of his office smiling. "Trevor is coming home with me, Jem," he said. "Do you hear that, Trevor?" cried Jem. "The Reverend has saved you, and you'll live in the vicarage cottage now." "Beep beep," whistled Trevor happily. Now Trevor's home is in the vicarage orchard. He sees Edward every day. His paint is spotless, his brass shines like gold. Trevor likes his work, but his happiest days are the church vet. With the wooden seat bolted to his bunker, he shuffles around the orphanage giving rides to children.